All right, everybody. Scott Pierce here at Listings to Leads, and today we're going to be going over how to market listings, yours or borrowed, to make sure that we're generating great buyer and seller leads for your business on a regular basis. We want to make sure that we're doing this every single week, like everything in life, right? Consistency is key. It's going to help us make sure that we stay in front of our audience. It's going to help us make sure that we are getting better at what we're doing. And so, with the Listings to Leads market listing platform, the checklist and everything that we've got, it makes it so easy for you to do. With that, let me know where you're coming in from. Go ahead and type into the chat area where you're coming in from, who you are with, maybe some of the successes you're having or issues that you might need help with that we can make sure that we talk about today on this call. It is good to see everybody. Sorry, I was a few seconds late. Was just finishing up something. I saw one of the AI text follow-ups had a phone call from a person. I was just following up with that and seeing how that went. Awesome to hear. DMV. What is DMV? Figure as soon as you say it, I'm gonna know what it is. Is that like Washington, D.C.? DMV? Oh, Cave Creek, Arizona. I love the Cave Creek area there, north of Phoenix, I think. Grant, north of Phoenix there. Traverse City. Oh, wow. You are far north. I'm originally from Flint, Michigan, a little further south than Traverse City, but it's interesting. My dad, in fact, we just looked this up. I think it was I'm going to look it up again. 1979. My dad was in a rowboat with his friend, and his friend swam the Mackinac Strait on Labor Day weekend, which is Memorial Day is coming up. Anyway, it was Labor Day weekend, 1979. I think it was like his third or fourth attempt. And I'm not sure who was more nuts. His friend swimming the strait. It's like a 4.5 mile swim. Or my dad, who was in a damn rowboat going across those straits. Anyway, that was nuts. And if any of you don't know, the Mackinac Straits there's between Lake Superior and Lake Michigan, at the very top of Michigan. It'd be pretty rough up there. Pretty nuts. So Ann Arbor, Michigan. Awesome. Good to see you. Perfect. Downington, PA. All right, Randy, good to see you. All right. So let me know if there's anything in particular you might want me to make sure I'm covering here. Good to see you there from Orange County. Love it. North of Scottsdale. Oh, north of Scottsdale. Yeah. Okay. I went to school in Glendale when Thunderbird was still there. So anyways, Naples, Florida was just down there. Rebecca, are you with MVP or who are you with? All right. And so again, make sure to type in if there's anything that you want to make sure that I address, anything you're having problems with, anything you're having successes with, so we can make sure that we share that with everybody. And with that, before we get started, if you go to listingstoleads.com/listings, and I'll drop this in to the chat, but it's not clickable. So I'll put this in here. And when you go to this page, it's a good page because this is the jump page for all the different statuses from coming soon, just listed, active, or open house. Gives you a little bit of a walkthrough on the benefits, right? Making sure a brand is getting out there. You don't need another program to promote your brand when you're marketing with Listings to Leads every single week. We're going to generate buyer leads. And you can see I'm just reading right here. We're going to generate buyer leads. So average cost per lead is in the $3 to $4 range with the Facebook lead ads. And we're going to attract seller leads. Anywhere from 20 to 30% of the leads you're going to generate, I find, are people that also have a home that they're going to be selling. And it's going to help you win more listings. The more consistent we are with marketing, the better we get at it, the more comfortable we get talking about it, so that when we are in a listing presentation, if you've been sitting there and you're not marketing on a consistent basis, the conversation is just not as strong as it could be. So we want to make sure that we are marketing on a regular basis, because it's also going to help us see what is happening in our local area, what's working, how to tweak things a little bit. I'm sure you'll find this to be true if you think about it, and I see it all the time with myself. I will do something that's successful. You're doing it, you're doing it, you're doing it. You change something not so successful, and then getting back on track to being successful can be a little bit hard because you almost forget what you were doing if you're not staying consistent with it. And so we want to make sure that we are doing that because it's all about building up our pipeline. All right. The more leads, if you do this, the more leads you generate, the bigger that pipeline is going to get. That can take in the beginning a month or two of consistency before you really start seeing and feeling. Really, I want you to feel that pipeline getting big. I want you to feel that pipeline getting stronger. And if you're just inconsistent, you're all over the place with things, it's harder for that to happen. All right. So I got two coming soons. Awesome, JC. That is fabulous. Love to hear that. If you keep scrolling down this page here that we're looking at, again, if you're watching the recording, it's listingstoleads.com/listings. Talk a little bit about when you think about that listing that you're going to market this week, think of it as the deal of the week or the home of the week. All right. It doesn't have to be deal of the week. You can get a little bit monotonous. All right. Every single week, right? There's a deal, there's a deal, there's a deal. And that may or may not be true. So when we've just got a home of the week for whatever reason that we are promoting, and so whether it's your listing or a listing that you're going to borrow, I want you to be thinking about what part of the market has the most buyers. All right. What price point, what location? I was just working with a client yesterday, and of the three areas that he picked the smallest area. All right. I don't think we weren't even thinking about it until a little bit later. And instead of going for the bigger area, we went and we were running an ad for a smaller area. And I'm probably going to change it out today because when you look at the three areas, he could have chosen any of them, right? And if he had a listing, of course, he would promote the listing, but he was using a new construction. And so after we got off the call, I went and I was kind of looking at it, and I jumped online and I was doing a little research and found out that the area that we were running this listing for was by far the smallest area for the number of transactions that were occurring. And so it just doesn't make a lot of sense where I can borrow or find a listing to market. You want to make sure that we get one that is in, again, I always call it the meat of the market, right? Again, a good price point, good photos, a good property in a good area. And by good area, what I mean is, again, an area that is A, in your sales territory, but B, that has good turnover. All right. That may mean that we don't go after the super high end luxury, because when we do that, either A, you're not going to get a lot of leads, or if you do get leads, a lot of them are just looky-loos. Now, you may do that just to get people into your database and you sell them on something a little bit lower, but I want to be marketing homes that I have a potential to at least either sell or sell something similar. And if I'm going too high in the market, there's not a lot of buyers for $3 to $4 million homes. So I want to be more in that average price point for my area. All right. With that said, if you need to borrow a listing, you can check this out. You can always talk to your broker, but I always find agents when they haven't borrowed a listing to market before, they get a little bit nervous, understandable. My wife is a mortgage broker, and I think 90% of the time, when she calls agents to ask if she can market their listings, they love it. They're just like, please go for it, help me out. So don't be nervous if you need to borrow a listing from another agent, whether it's in your office or even from another company, because the key is, if I'm with a small office or my office doesn't have a listing that really fits my needs, then I might go outside my company to find an agent and just say, hey, can I market your listing to my audiences on social media and to my database? And you're going to find more often than not, they're going to be excited to have you do that for them. You're going to be spending your money, but you're also going to be getting those great leads as they come in. So let's go ahead and log into Listings to Leads. You'll be on the dashboard when you initially log in. And let me see something here real quick. We got an email. In fact, we're going to start coming out with an email every single week. Again, my wife, who is a mortgage broker, is going to be taking this on a little bit more consistently for her own clients. And then we're going to be pushing this forward to all of you as well. So let me see here if we got this live. All right, it's not live yet. We will come back to it a little bit later in this call today. But what you will see every month, we do 10 interesting dates in September or for the next month. So probably a little bit early to send this out. This is usually a good email to send to your database, like the last day of the previous month. And what it is, it just has 10 interesting dates for the next month going forward. So in this case, you can see here, Labor Day, obviously coming up on the 1st. Cheese Pizza Day is awesome. A lot of great pizza places around everybody. We got the full moon, Patriot and National Day of Service. Awesome. National Linguine Day, Cheeseburger Day. All right, National Coffee Day. I'm sure we can all appreciate National Coffee Day. And National Day for Truth and Reconciliation for Canada, for all of our Canadian friends. So this is just some kind of fun to send out to your database. It's not meant to be something overly serious. Again, just something that's a little bit light, fun, and something that you can share with your database. I would come back in on maybe was August 31st. I think there's 31 days in August, and maybe the 30th or 31st. And then I would send that out to my database. You can either click, you got the preview button here. So you got the edit and you got the preview. So you can edit these emails. All right, we got the preview, and you'll notice your listings to lead signature is at the bottom. You can take that signature and drop it, and you can use that in Gmail. You can use it in Follow Up Boss. And then I can either schedule or send this out right through listings to leads. All right, so I can click send, select a contact list. I might just say send it to everybody and click send, and that will send it to all of your leads and listings to leads. And or we have a copy code button, but I find just clicking in here, typically, let's see if this works. If I just click in here and select all and copy, and then go to my email, I can just paste that in. Look at that. So we've got the copy code. So you can do copy code, go to your email, do the insert HTML, insert source, or, oh, looks like the signature. So maybe I do want to do let's try that again. I'll do copy code. Or, I bet. Let's try this real quick. Let's see. Oh, what? Am I in the edit? Let's see if I go to the preview. Yeah, let's go to preview. So I was on the edit. Let's go to preview. And so I click and just copy. And let's try that again. I think this will work. So if I go here, there we go. And let's see. Yeah, got a little bit of text there. If you do the copy code, it'll probably be absolutely perfect, but there you go. Easy. Looks fabulous. And get that out to your database. So you can send it through your CRM, send it through listings to leads. Either way will be fabulous. But let's get to the listings. Again, any quick questions before I get into marketing listings? Normally I like to do an open house because doing open houses are really phenomenal in a way to get stronger connections with the buyer leads that you're generating, but also to meet more of the neighbors. Between the nearby homeowner letter, all the open house tools that we've got, doing open houses are one of the best ways to grow your business fast because it's putting you face to face with more people. I have people that do 4 open houses a week. All right. And they do that consistently. I think if you were to do 1 open house a week, you are going to see a dramatic turn in your business very quickly. JC, you've got 2 coming soon listings. So for every listing, whether it's coming soon, just listed, active, it could be price reduced, it could be open house. They're all going to work very similarly, except the verbiage will change depending on the status. So I'm going to do an open house, but if you're doing, for example, a coming soon, where you see open house would say coming soon or just listed or price reduced, or if it's active, we use for sale. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come down here. Now, if you need help getting listings into your account, get with our support team. And I'm going to set an open house for 15 Ambient Way. I'm going to click on the open house icon on the far right, select a date and time. Anybody doing an open house this weekend? I'll say 2 to 4 p.m. Hit save. Now it's going to take a few seconds. It's going to churn through. And what will happen now is all of the tools are going to be converted from active, right, which is what it is, to open house. So all the things are going to be flipped, whether it's the Facebook ad, the social media post, the e-flyers to my database, the single property websites, all of that stuff is going to be converted now from for sale, all right, when it's active or just listed, or even from coming soon now to open house. Let's give it a second here. And Rebecca, you're doing an open house this weekend. If you go to listingstoleads.com/open house, you're going to see our entire open house marketing playbook. And I'll also show you in the account where you can find our open house mastery, which is amazing. All right, so now 15 Ambient Way in Folsom. There's my open house icon. I'm going to click Market Listing. And if you want to get to the playbook, the step-by-step guide for the listing, whether it's coming soon, just listed, active, open house, and also for pending and just sold, click the Learn More under step-by-step guide. And Linda, Scott, you guys are awesome. Let me see. You guys are awesome at the training. I'm so mad at myself for paying so much for lousy leads when I can generate actual people to build a CRM. I have so many in a short time now. I need to nurture them. You know what, Linda? Let me make sure I get into the follow-ups with listings to leads and the AI text, because I'm telling you, that is fabulous. So here's the open house step-by-step guide, the playbook. I'm going to come back to this a little bit later. We've also got the checklist that you can download. So if you click download right here, and the checklist is nice, especially if you're a little bit newer and you just want something to help you keep on. Sometimes it's just nice to have a piece of paper that you can grab a pen, make some notes, check off the little boxes as you get things done. Because I know a lot of you're not going to get all of this done right away. And so to be able to have a piece of paper next to you that you can just leave it there so you don't mentally check out and forget about doing this stuff can be pretty powerful. So take a look at that checklist, especially if you find you're not getting these things done every single week. And let's just get to it. Let's go to Facebook and Instagram ads. Yeah, I'm telling you, our follow-ups are amazing. And I'll talk about the follow-ups here in a little bit. So Facebook and Instagram ad, we pulled Facebook into our system. You don't need to go to the ads manager. 100% of the ad budget goes to the ad. We don't take anything off the top. Confirm location. Do not touch radius. Just leave that alone. Lifetime budget, $35. If you go to our blog, listingstoleads.com/blog, and you find the post Facebook, like struggling with Facebook ads and follow-up, Linda, you might want to take a look at that as well. We did a couple of interviews with our clients are on that page, along with the 10 commandments for running Facebook ads. And in there, oh my God, why am I bringing that up? Why am I bringing it up? Because you want to get to where you're spending between $100 to $150 a week minimum as fast as possible. That's going to help you build both your follow-up muscles, and it's going to help you get that pipeline built in a nice, easy, consistent way where it's not too much or too little. So again, this will be the only ad I'm running this week. So I'm going to do $100. It's going to start and end in 1 week. So it'll start right away and end in 1 week. Now, the one caveat I will make for an open house is if it's Tuesday, it's going to end on the 9th. My open house is on the 7th. And so I'm going to click 7th, and it's from whatever it was, 2 to 4. So I'm going to change the time from 11:28 ending, and I'm going to go, I'll say 3:30. So end this at 3:30, 38, whatever, that's fine. So now it's going to end towards the end of the open house, not 2 days later. I can change the template. If the photos are not optimal, I can click here where it says edit, and I can change the photos. So every one of these 4 images in my template, I can change the image so that I've just got the best images for each one. Now I've already got the best images, so I'm not really changing anything, but I'm just showing you how you can change. Oh, I guess I did change that one to the pool. And then we got the living room here. I'll just change that one to the kitchen. There's the kitchen. And I'll change this one over here to and I can change the color. Oh, I'll make that the living room. I just want the 4 best photos in my template. If I want to change the color, I can do that here. Hit apply and then save it. And again, I like the template with the image on top and the 3 across. That's just my favorite template. And in fact, I saw a client who did really well this week with a video. He did a video ad where it says change image and video. Here, I can upload a custom image. I can upload a video. Normally, I don't like video just because I want people to click through. And if I've got a video, I want to put it on the single property website where people can watch it there. I don't want them watching the video on Facebook in my ad because they're going to be less likely to click because they're going to see the house. And if they're not really interested in it, the likelihood of me generating them as a lead decreases. So I'd rather put the video in the single property website and just use an image in the ad. Now, what this guy did, I don't remember if it was a male or female, but what they did is here where it says click below for instant access to, and it said and they had video, all caps, to the video, all photos, details, and more. So that way you knew that there was going to be a video behind the ad. Make sense for everybody? And just click create ad. Don't overcomplicate this. The main thing I want you to make sure that you do is increase the budget from $35 to somewhere between $50 and $150 for the week, depending on how much you can afford, other ads that you might be doing. But again, as a business owner, investing in your business is absolutely key. And I know a lot of you spend a lot of money wasting it on stuff that you just never end up using. And it's $95 a month for listings to leads. It's not expensive. So you've got more money to put to your ads. Make sense? Linda's message is still on your screen. I feel the same, Linda. Need to learn how to convert. Yeah, I'm telling you, you make sure you're using our email follow-up, our AI text follow-up. And again, go to our blog. In fact, let me just show you here real quick. If you go to listingstoleads.com/blog. Oh, what did I do there? Hold on one second. Blog. There we go. Let me bring that over here. listingstoleads.com/blog. Right there. Struggling with Facebook ads and follow-up. Take a look at that. One of the main things with follow-up is going to be, besides using our emails, using the AI text, I think are critical, but it's also making sure that every single day you do your calls at the same time. But another thing is, and it may sound a little bit weird, it may sound a little odd, but it is generating enough leads. If you're only generating 1 to 2 leads a day, that's not enough leads for even barely any follow-up. So I want you to make sure that you are spending some money so that you're generating hopefully 4 to 7 new leads a day. And that way, every day you're going to be able to follow up with these people. And if you go look at that post, there's an interview with a guy named Craig Johnson, another interview with a guy named Gordon Day. Watch both of those interviews and you're going to listen to them talk. They both do a very similar ad spend every single week. They both do their follow-up differently. I know my wife, she does her follow-up every night from 7 to 8 p.m. But again, go to that post and you'll see some really good stuff right there. Yeah. But again, that's the problem. So many people, they don't generate enough leads. they don't stay consistent with it. They don't follow up regularly with their leads. And so it's just a hodgepodge. And when you do it as a hodgepodge inconsistently, you're going to get very substandard results. It's not like I can do it and get results, because if you just do it, you're not going to really get results. All right. Make sense? Next up, social media post. Now, a couple of things with this. So this is the post that will auto post. Typically, this will post as soon as the listing is added to your account or as soon as I change the status. But again, here I can click. So this last post on August 5th, it says it's scheduled to post August 26th. In about 20 minutes, it's going to post. I'm going to change the image here. I'm going to click edit image. And I'm just going to select. It's funny, for the ad, I like it on top, vertical. And then for the post, I like it when it's more horizontal. So I'm going to save it. And now in that post, it will post with this image. And the image will click through, or when you click it, same with the ad, same with the social media post right here. When you click through, it's going to take people to the single property website. And so you can see here, remember I talked about video? Here's where I want that video. I don't want the video in the ad. Because again, if they watch the video, unless they really want to see that house, which not everyone is going to want to do, I'm not going to generate a lot of leads. So I will get more leads and I will get actually better engagement if they get to my single property website. Okay, I got a 3D tour. I've got my property video, and people are going to get to that from both the ad, the social media post. Now, while I'm here at the social media post, okay, let's get to the seller first, and then I'm going to show you where to go for some great information on how to do an Instagram story, TikTok, and a few other things where you can include polls, links to different things like a PDF guide, a 100-point home marketing plan to generate some great engagement, some great free leads using short form video or images. And again, an Instagram story, TikTok, and so on. But these tools for the seller, if you are the listing agent and JC, you want to make sure that you are doing this. All of you do. This generates free leads, and it's from one of the best audiences out there. It's the seller's friends, family, and colleagues, the person that hired you as a listing agent to get their home sold. Now, if you're borrowing a listing, you will not have this tool, and that is totally fine. But for the listing agents, you want to make sure that you're using it. So there's two parts to it. One, get it to actually three parts. Get it to the seller, call the seller, and I'm going to role play with you the phone call. And then I want you to like and comment on the post on their page. So first of all, what we're going to do is click the green button, drop in the seller's email address and salutation, click send, and this will get sent to the seller. They will copy and paste from their email and drop it on their Facebook page. You might want to try it yourself just to see how it works. And you can always send yourself a test email. All right. So sending yourself a test email can be nice. Hey, everybody, can you hear me? Oh my gosh. Our power just went out. We're having a massive storm. Sorry about that. That was nuts. We never have storms this time of year, and we are just having a crazy storm. Oh my God. Now the power alarm or the fire alarms are going off. Wow. All right, this is nuts. Very nutty weather here. It's funny, I was just in Reno a couple of days ago, and they had a massive lightning and thunderstorm up there. We're about an hour and a half, 2 hours away from Reno on the other side of the Sierra Nevada mountains from Reno. And anyways, yeah, our power just went out. The internet just came back on. So sorry about that. So everybody good? Yes. All right, good. All right, awesome. So we were talking about the tools for the seller. There's an email. This is so awesome. People get listings, they get buyers from this. And there is that was a social media post. And then there's an email. And here's the email. So again, coming soon, just listed, for sale, price reduced, open house. If you don't want to send out the price reduced, I get that one. But for all the other ones, you want to make sure that you do it, especially pending and sold. The deal is, though, we want all of these to go out because it's going to create a great campaign, essentially putting us in front of the seller's sphere of influence. So get these to the seller. Again, for both of them, just click the green button right there, add the seller's information, salutation, click send. So that was part one. Get these two things to the seller. Part two, call the seller. So I'm going to call the seller up. I'm going to say, hey, Ruben, this is Scott. Want to let you know that we got the open house coming this weekend, or we just listed your property is coming soon, or just listed, whatever it is, right? So we're having the open house this weekend. I've got it set up on Zillow, realtor.com to show for the open house. I just did a Facebook ad, which should get a lot of people there. I'm doing some social media postings, and I'm doing a lot of other great things to make sure we get a great attendance for that open house, or that we get a lot of people seeing your property. I sent you something via email to share on your Facebook page and to share via email because you likely know people who know people that would love to move to the area. And in this market, we do not want to leave any stones unturned. That's it. And then you can ask them, did you get the emails? Okay, great. Do you want me to hang on with you while you put that on your Facebook page or forward the email to people in case you have any questions? A lot of times the seller will be, nope, I got it. Thanks. I can see in the email they'll get, it's super attractive. It looks fabulous. And it just shows them essentially the ad right in the email. And it says, just copy and paste this into Facebook. And they're going to drop it into Facebook. And in fact, I did that the other day in the mastermind group. You may have seen that post in the mastermind group. And then so the call is number two. And then number three, I want you to go like and comment on that Facebook post. Just like it, leave a quick comment, even if it's as easy as looks great. That's literally all you need to do. You want to do that because that way, when the seller's sphere of influence, their friends start liking and commenting, you're going to get notified. And if there's anything appropriate for you to comment on, you can do it. And what I would do is I would make sure I go like everybody's comments. And I might say something just easy. I don't want to intrude or be weird about it, but I would at a minimum like all the comments that their friends make so that they see me. So it's a lot more exposure for me. And people are going to click through, they're going to go to the single property website, and you're going to see a lot of people are going to click. I shouldn't say a lot of people. Some of the people are going to click the follow this home form because they want to follow their friend's home. And so now you've got them as a lead. So it's an amazing way to get some of the seller sphere of influence, both via the email and the post, into your database and to start engaging with them. Ruben, we're team two realtor. We can add. Yeah, Ruben, send me an email on that. We do have team accounts for sure. Yeah, and we do have team accounts, but maybe send me an email on that. And then also, how do you add lot size? You can add lot size in edit. So if I go to edit, I believe there is right there, lot size. All right. So any questions about those tools for the seller? Because I feel sometimes these two don't get used by everybody. And I'm telling you, you are leaving money on the table not using these. These are some of the best tools. They're absolutely free. They make you look like $1,000,000. They put you in front of the seller sphere of influence, one of the best audiences you can get to based on the fact that you are working with their friend, their colleague, their family member. And when you get that home sold, that's a phenomenal success, showing people that their friend made a great decision. And if they want to buy or sell a property, that you're a great person to do that with. So please do not skip these two tools. They're absolutely fabulous. Next up is the nearby homeowner letter. The three great use cases for this. And in fact, we had one of our clients in the mastermind group a few weeks back. She said she sends about 100 of these around the listing, and she regularly gets listings from it. Best practice is two things. One, Send 100 of them twice if you can. So maybe once when it's just listed, JC doing coming soon would be amazing. And then do the second time when it's pending or sold. That way people see it when it's listed for sale. So coming soon will be great. Just listed is great. Oh, an open house is the best. If you've got an open house and it's your listing or a listing that you are borrowing, I would door knock this letter all day long. In fact, I would probably do 200 of them just because I want to get more people to that open house. Had another client in the mastermind group a little bit while back, and she said she uses these regularly for her open houses because it gets more neighbors there. And because she uses the Listings to Leads open house blueprint, she's able to convert more of those neighbors into listings, into great seller leads. So using this letter, and you'll see you can download as either a JPEG or a PDF. It's fully editable, although for 99% of you, do not edit it. Leave it as is for the most part. So this letter right here, we got postcards, we got door hangers, just a couple of tabs down. But this letter, look at this. Open house, 15 Ambient Way on Sunday from 2 to 4. You can get all the photos, right? Go here, send a text, scan the QR code. And when this home is sold, it will affect your home's value. I'd like to invite you to get your new home value for free at Boom Bada Bing. You generate seller leads. You're going to generate contacts. It does sit in an editor. I'm not going to go through that today, but if you are going to edit I would only add maybe, for example, we're having a catered open house or we're having a neighbor's preview open house, right? A lot of times people, if they're having a neighborhood preview, we're having a neighbors only open house. And then because it's not public, I'm going to edit this to say on Friday from like 4 to 7 p.m., whatever it is. This is something that's very popular with some top producers. They have neighborhood previews for their open houses. It's not public. They use the letter to invite the neighbors to it. They get a lot more attendance, and they may even ask the homeowner to drop it into Nextdoor, the social media post about it, or in the neighborhood Facebook page. But yeah, get this letter out. There are two great companies. So Zaire Mail is a really good one. Zaire Mail I like because you don't need a monthly subscription, and I can get an account, right? So you set up an account absolutely free, and and the important part about these letters is if you're going to door knock, then that's phenomenal, but not everybody can door knock. If you're going to mail them, they need to look like they're more personal envelopes. So you can do it at home. A lot of people do. Get maybe a really cool green or red or yellow envelopes, get a really nice marker. So it looks like a lot of fun. And you want these letters to get into the house, not into the trash. If they look like a business envelope or a business mailing, they're going to end up in the trash. Zaire Mail, also Mailbox Power, have handwritten fonts that they can put on these envelopes. I believe they both do a first class stamp as well, which is also important. Again, I don't want it to look like something from the power company because it's going to end up in the trash, or a cruise line or some sort of weird business mailing. I want it to look more personal. What I do for the return address, I would put my name and street address. Don't put Remax or whatever it is. I would just put, again, Scott Pierce, XYZ Realty, 123 Main Street, Folsom, California, 95630. That's my return address, their address. It looks personal. It's going to get into the house and it's going to get opened a lot faster. And I'll tell you, some people, what they do, and I've seen this, so you got the letter, they will just tri-fold the letter, and this has got type on both sides. So they tri-fold it, and then they will address it and put a little sticker right there. Make sense? So you can do that as well. There's a lot of different things that you can do to get that out the door. Excuse me, but Zaire Mail and Mailbox Power are two vendors that are really good. Now, Mailbox Power, they do a lot of other things. You need to have a monthly subscription, but Mailbox Power can be great as well. As I mentioned, we do have postcards and door hangers and EDDM standard. We got the door hangers. We have a lot of different postcard styles. There's a standard. Here is jumbo. We got EDDM as well, like I mentioned. You can see there, it's the same format as the letter, but now it's just a postcard. So here's the front, here's the back. Typically, the letters convert better, but the postcards are good as well. This is postcards. If you get a beautiful photo, the thing I like about our postcards is they're not tacky, right? They're not the goofy, just listed with the agent photo in the front and call me at my 10-digit phone number, which nobody ever does. People might send a text, and you can see the text code is on there. In fact, let me just go ahead and download it. On the front, we got the QR code, domain, and text code. And on the back too, check this out. So here's the front of that postcard. This is the back of it, I believe. Yeah, here's the back. All right, so here's the back. When this home is sold, it will affect your home's value. And on the front of the postcard, all right, open house, 15 Ambient Way. So it would have said coming soon, just listed, for sale, open house, price reduced, pending, just sold, visit, or text. And then we got the QR code right there. All right. So again, I like the letter the best, and I like door knocking the letter. But you got options. Everyone's going to do it a little bit differently. If you are going to be circle prospecting, again, that's another one of those activities that really pay dividends, but not a lot of people do. I highly recommend it if you've got the budget to use a program like My Plus Leads or Redx, where you can pull a list of maybe 200 to 300 people. And then whether I door knock or I mail, I'm going to mail maybe 100 to 150 of those homes. But I might still call all of them to invite them to either the neighbor's preview or to the open house itself. So it's a great open house invitation to the neighbors using your phone. You could also pull a list and just dial from your cell phone. Make sure you run against the DNC. We don't want to get into trouble. This is a fabulous script. And this script will change for every status. So for open house, it's saying, hey, Chris, Scott here at Listings to Leads or XYZ Realty, want to let you know we're having an open house at 15 Ambient Way in Folsom on Sunday from 2 to 4 p.m. Right around the corner from you. I sent you a letter with information on it. I just want to make sure you got that. If you have any questions, let me know. With the market the way it is, when this home sells, I'm going to send you, and I'm just paraphrasing this script, but I'm going to send you a home value estimate because your home's value will change. Anytime a home sells near you, all the home values around it will change. So when this home sells, I'm going to send you a home value estimate. Would Scott at listingstoleads.com be the best email to send that to? Everybody get that? Linda says, can you show how to upload a video? Yes. To the single property website or to the ad? I'll show that a little bit later, but I'll make sure I do it. All right, e-flyer for the database. In fact, we just sent this out for a client. I was with a client the other day. We sent this out via Listings to Leads. He got a lead, or just say he engaged a lead like within a few minutes. I'll show you how that worked. So this is the e-flyer. Again, beautiful e-flyer. And so the top part is linking to the single property website. So people click through, they go to the property website. And then it lets people know that when this home is sold, it will affect nearby home values. People click on the second part, they go to a what is your home worth landing page. And then it's got your Listings to Leads signature at the bottom. And the bottom one there is my client review website. And so all of you have all of these tools and you can customize them the same way I did. And so what we did with this client is we just clicked, first of all, we selected which list. So he said send to all, which I'm not going to do, but yes, send. And it sent the e-flyer to all of his leads inside of listings to leads. Now, similar to, remember the email that we saw at the beginning of this call, the 10 interesting dates in September? Same thing. I can come over here. I can either just copy and paste the email, or I can click copy code, copy for FUB, and I go to my CRM. In this case, it's Follow Up Boss. Now, if I just copied the email, I could paste right here. The other way is where I copy the code, a little bit different. There's an extra step, but where it says insert HTML, click it, and then in the pop-up, just drop that code. And now I've got my e-flyer. And so Lofty, Follow Up Boss, KV Core, whatever, get this out to your database. So he sent this, I sent it out for him. But then like I said, within a few minutes, drop in the subject line. For this case, I'll say open house in Folsom, California, Sunday, 1 to 4 p.m. And then send it out to your database. So what the lead did, all right, they clicked through. So they got the email, they clicked, and as they were looking at it, they clicked follow this home and continue with Facebook, and they became an engaged lead. He literally called her up within about 5 minutes, had a great conversation with her, and going to be able to work with her when she's getting ready to buy and sell. Fabulous. We also have a database call script. I always recommend. When I do lead follow-up, you may not leave a message the first call. Maybe you do by the third or fourth call, depending on how you're going to do. Everybody's so different. I can ask 10 people, how do you do your follow-up? And everyone is going to be different. But when I call through my database, I am going to leave a message. I just want them to hear my voice. I want them to get used to hearing from me, because it will make it easier for them to get used to working with me if they get used to hearing from me. So that's why we want to make sure we send out the emails. We make some phone calls. Now, we're not going to be able to call everybody in our database. I get that. But you can try to make sure that you call through your database every month or every 1 to 3 months, depending on how many people you've got in there. Got a fabulous script. All right. Scott here at L2L Realty. Just want to make sure you know that we're having an open house at 15 Emmet Way on Sunday from 2 to 4 p.m. I sent you an email with a link to the property website. There's a great video there. Just want to make sure you got that. And with the way the market is now, I just want to make sure that you understand when this property sells, it will affect all the home values around it. But now, you're going to see here, there's 3 endings to the script. Do they own a home near the listing? Do they own a home not near the listing? Or are they a buyer lead? So depending on the address of the property you're calling, are they a homeowner / seller lead? Possibly. Are they a buyer lead? That will affect the closing of the script. So let's just say they own a home, but it's not near the listing. Then you could say, I don't know if you're interested, but I do free CMAs for all of my clients and VIPs. I know you're not looking to sell right now, but I would love to do a report for you so that you can keep tabs on what your home is doing month over month relative to its value. It's great for me because it's going to help me just keep tabs on what's going on in the market. Would chris@xyz.com be the best email to send that to? Super easy, right? Letting them know, no, I know they're not looking to sell. So I'm taking away that objection right there. I'm not trying to sell you. I know you're not looking to sell, but it's just great to keep tabs on what your home is doing month over month. It's great for me. I would love to do it for you. That way they feel less like it's imposition on you, because you get some benefit from it as well. So it's a win-win for everybody. But what it is, it's a great engagement point. And someone says, what about when home values are down? I'm trying to create conversations. I can't create the market. All right. I'm trying to create conversations. What might I do if the market is down and they need to sell? I can give you some ideas on how to increase your home value to make it more attractive, which can help get it sold faster, maybe for a little bit more money. Are there different things that they could do around the home to increase its home value? We got a PDF guide. We got a PDF guide, how to increase your home value the most for the least amount of money or something. So if you go to our PDF guides, click seller guide, check out some of those guides because those may help you with that exact scenario. So you can't send the e-file from L to L. No, you can. Yeah, no, if you get your leads in listings to leads, you can send them through listings to leads completely. But a lot of people have Follow Up Boss or they have Lofty or KV Core or Bold Trail, right? Whatever they've got. So I'm just saying you can send it either one or both. That's all. All right, short form video script. And I'm going to try to get this done in the next 5 to 10 minutes because I also want to show there's a couple of things I wanted to show. One is how to put a video into the property website. Oh, and the follow up. So we're almost done here. In fact, we'll get to the virtual tour or the video in a second here. 2 more things for social media. One, short form video script. Even if you're not going to publish the video, start recording the video so you get more comfortable. I was talking to a client the other day, great guy. And we were talking like, the problem, who here is not doing video? Are you doing video or not doing video? Like short form video, like a property type video like this? Because this script right here, and you would do this whether it's your listing or not. I would still, even if I'm borrowing the listing, when I borrow the listing, I tell the agent, hey, can I market your listing to my social media audiences on my database? And they're going to say, yes, great. I need all the help I can get in this market. And so part of that's going to be me going out in front of the property. You can also do a green screen on TikTok. But so, yeah, give me a quick update. How many people here do video, like a TikTok or Instagram for listings? Man, thunder is crazy. I'm telling you, we never in August, right? I live near Sacramento, California. We never get rain this time of year. This is so nuts that we are getting rain right now. It's just crazy. Marley, you do video. Okay. Because the problem with the video, especially short form, is you got to get. No, I know you can just take your phone. You can take your phone and you can do it. But people like to get. I've also got a DJI 7P gimbal, which is really cool. Then people worry about lighting. They worry about getting a microphone and they worry about using the app. They worry about how they look on video, right? There's a lot of stuff that goes into video. But at least in the beginning, you're never going to get comfortable watching yourself on video until you just do it for about a month. And then you're going to get comfortable. I know my wife she absolutely hated watching her videos. She would record a video and I would say, you got to watch the videos because you're only going to get better when you watch yourself. I can't sit here and criticize your videos or constructively giving you things to think about if you're not going to watch them, because you need to watch yourself. And the words that you end up saying over and over again, like with me, I say so a million times in every video. So I always got to edit that out and try to be careful about it. Your pauses, things like that, you got to really learn and just pay attention to, which you're never going to do until you actually start recording and watching your videos. Everybody is crazy. Everybody is nuts. So don't worry about how crazy and nuts you are. Just start recording the videos. And this right here is a great script. You can word for word, you can paraphrase it. And if you don't know how to use a teleprompter app, and if you wanted to, just click the blue how to use teleprompter app button. That's going to open up this video. And if you just click play, it opens right to where I show you how to use the app. So if you don't know how to use a teleprompter app, check that out. And the last thing for social media is if you go to listingstoleads.com/the status. So /open house, just listed, coming soon, pending, just sold, you will end up on the step-by-step guide like you see here, right? That's what we looked at a little bit earlier. And if you scroll down, there is a section for Instagram and TikTok. And you can't miss it because there's screenshots in this area. Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube Shorts. Click here to see examples. And then, oh, that's a good one. And then how to do these. So if you know how to do it, great. If you don't, watch these 2 videos on how to do it. But they're a lot of fun and they're super easy. And let me show you. So here is a Facebook story for an open house. And right there from the story, this is free. Check this out. View photos, details, and more right there. So I'm on my phone and I can access the property website right from your Instagram story. And we got a poll looking to buy a home in the next 12 months. Yes, send me the home buying guide. No, I need to sell my home. When you see it on the phone, it's a little bit easier to read the whole thing. Here's another Instagram story. And in this one, it says, get the guide, 6 things to check before buying a home. So I'm using a PDF guide landing page from Listings to Leads right in my Instagram story. How awesome is that? And I got a poll here. Is this kitchen your vibe? Yes, we'll cook there every night. I'd make a few upgrades. I need to sell my home. Here's another one using a video. A little video of the front of the house. See the full video. Here's another one. Free ultimate guide to buying a home download. I can click it right from my Instagram story. I just tap it. Boom. I can download your ultimate guide to buying a home. And then there's another poll. How would you use this space? Movie nights and family time, entertaining and hosting. I want to sell my home this year. And you will see on this page, see the 5-day Instagram TikTok campaign. And what this is, this will give you, and you can do this for every status, same idea. So I give you 5 days of the image or video clip you should use. So in this case, day 1 is front of the house, curb appeal. It could be a little video clip. It could be an image. I gave you a poll. So here's your poll question and replies. And here's the link I recommend, which is in this case, the property website. And I show you where to grab it. Day 2, you're going to do the kitchen. And you can do this on a borrowed listing. You may not be able to do the video clips, but you could certainly do the images. Grab the kitchen, image of the kitchen, Instagram story. And you got your poll and your replies, and you got the link recommendation. And I show you how to do all it, and it's free. Once you know how to do it, it takes like 2 minutes to do. Day 3, we got living room, main living space. Day 4, primary bedroom or whatever, some other part of the house that you think will look good. And then day 5, backyard or outdoor area. Now, not every home is going to work. And you could do like 2 or 3 different homes. Maybe you've got some different properties. You could do new construction. You could do other listings in your office. If your broker has listings, borrow some. Don't worry about maybe you don't have a lot of inventory. And so you end up repeating 1 or 2 homes every couple of 3 weeks, and you rotate new homes in on a regular basis. But not everyone is going to see what you're doing. And even if you did the exact same story 2 weeks later, no one will ever remember. I promise you, no one's going to remember that 2 weeks ago, you did a Instagram story about the kitchen in your listing. Everybody get that? How do you do that? If you come back here, so Ruben, again, if you go to listingstoleads.com/status, and what I mean is pending, just sold, open house. In fact, you'll find it. Let me show you. When I click the green market listing button, it's going to be right here in the overview. You see where it says step-by-step guide? So if you're in the account, that's how you'll find it, but you can just find it directly. Like I said, just go to listingstoleads.com/just listed or active and scroll down, pending, just sold. And it's in the same spot on every one of those pages. And you'll know it because you're going to see this right here. You'll see those screenshots. And so how to do this on Instagram right here. And also how to do it on And I think you can do it on YouTube. I always forget about YouTube, but they all almost work the same way. So here I'm walking you through, like I literally have my phone up and I'm walking through how to do that. Awesome. Yeah, so I walk you through how to add a link, but also how to do a poll as well. And that's why the images from listings to leads. So when I go to Facebook and Instagram ad in the new system, we're going to make this a little bit more obvious. But let me show you something here. I love this image for the Facebook ads. All right. If I go to create ad, so this image on is a great image to use in these. Or like I said, just grab the front of the house, grab the backyard, grab the kitchen, do a little video clip. If it's your listing, just go in there and just do like a little thing like this. That's all you need. Just a little bit of movement is great. And then, oh, let me see here and post it, add a link to a PDF guide, or like for a pending and just sold, the 100-point home marketing plan. This property just sold. Click here to find out how much your home is worth, right? And you link to the free home value landing page. You link to the ultimate guide to selling a home. You link to 5 dangers of overpricing your home. And then you get a poll in there. So I got examples for pendings, for just sold, for open houses, for every status of listing there is. Yep. All right. One of the last things I'll show you, and I apologize for keeping everybody long. Somebody asked about adding a video to your single property website. If you go to edit, there's an edit tab right there. It's also on the main dashboard, and go to videos and 3D tour. And in this case, I just dropped in the YouTube or Vimeo link. If I got a 3D tour, I could put in the embed code. And if I need to, I can upload a video file. You can also ask support for help if needed. But yeah. And let's see if that email is added. So again, we had an email coming out today based on the Fed meeting at Jackson Hole. Was it yesterday or earlier in the week? Let me turn my ad off. And if I scroll down and let's see, let me refresh. My guess is email sent. Okay. Oh, I want to talk about our follow-up just for 1 minute. I got videos on it. August. Yeah, I guess it's not live yet. What the heck? Pay attention in the mastermind group. As soon as this email goes live, I'll let you know. But we have AI text follow-up, which you will see on the listings dashboard if you're not signed up for it. Highly recommend it. But we also got automated email follow-up, which I'm telling you, they hit the inbox. They don't go into spam very rarely. And you can see when you get here, they might be turned off by default. To turn them on, hit that switch. A little options box will come up. Super simple. What email do you want to use? Send to buyer leads. Make it recurring. Or I'm sorry, send current leads. So my current buyer leads. And then make it recurring. I'm going to click yes. That's all you have to do. You don't even have to look at it. You don't have to mess with it. You don't have to do anything with it. It's good to go. But you could come in here if you wanted to, edit any email. So if you want to go, in fact, what I do on a regular basis is I go through and I'll drop the emails into Chat GPT and just say, hey, what do you think about this? And I don't copy verbatim from Chat GPT. I would never do that. I'm like, yeah, let's just see if there's a hook in there or something I like different. Like for this one, for example, recently I did need help with your down payment. Let's talk options. But I could say, you know what? I don't like this. I'm going to click edit and I'm going to edit this myself to what I want it to say. Because maybe I want to say for your California home or your Placer County home or your Folsom home, I can duplicate campaigns. I can create brand new campaigns. There's a lot of really cool things here. All right. So you'll see here, I can say duplicate this seller campaign. And then I'm going to take that and I'm going to tweak it to maybe a cash offer campaign. And so I'm going to tweak cash offer as seller, but just it's a little bit different. What we do for our campaigns and why people like them so much is every other email is either a PDF guide. So we use those PDF guides and we work them, right? We use them in the ads. We use them in the AI text follow-up. We use them in the email follow-up. And as you can see here, down payment assistance, first-time homebuyer guide, new construction guide, relocation guide, and then every other email is just a quick, short, super short email. In this case, hey, Scott, want to get more home for your money? We got a fresh list of homes that have recently reduced their price, and some of them may be underpriced for a quick sale. If you like the list, just hit reply and we'll send it right over. So it's either we're promoting a guide of value or something just super short and quick. We're not trying to overwhelm these people. So if you're using our follow-up, you can rest assured you're going to be staying in front of these people, and they recur. So every 4 months they start over again. And we regularly update the emails so that you're not sending the same thing over and over again every 4 months. In fact, it might be a little bit longer. It might be like 4 to 6 months. But regardless, no, yeah, nah, you'd have to, at this point, you'd have to use like BombBomb or something. What you can do is, so for example, let's say I want to do a video for new construction. So go to edit, and this is just kind of like the poor man's version of this. If I had BombBomb, right, you could do that, but I could upload an image. Where's the image? So I could just create a screenshot of my video on YouTube or at my website. If you got at your website, you know what I would do? I would put the video on my Facebook business page. So that way the new construction. So go to YouTube. So check this out. And JC, you tell me what you think about this. Here's what I would do. I would go get the video on YouTube. From YouTube, grab the link, put the link on my Facebook page. All right. Because that way, when people watch it on my Facebook page, I'm going to get the YouTube credit for it. So the YouTube views and all that great stuff. But I don't want to send people to my YouTube channel necessarily, which you may want. Sometimes you may want to. I want to get them into my Facebook business page because I got other great things there as well. And it's just more branding. And then in the email, I'm going to take that screenshot of the video or whatever my thumbnail or my images for the video, and then I would upload it. So I will just pretend this is I'll just say that right there. This is my video image. Now it's way too big, so I can come in here and I can say, make that a little bit smaller. And I'll use Zaire Mail just as a demo. So here's the video on my Facebook page. And JC, tell me if this is making sense or not. And I would just link the image to my video on my Facebook page. Does that make sense? Is there a way to follow up, make it automatic? Is there a way to follow up? If you're using listings to leads, it will be automatic. Some people actually take our emails and drop them into Follow Up Boss or whatever. I'm going to close. I don't want to save that. Let me make sure I didn't save that. Perfect. Okay. So yeah, Linda, sometimes people will come in here. All right. Click edit. And you can either click preview and just copy this. Go to your CRM, right to where your campaigns are. And right there, look at that. That took all of like 3 seconds. I may take out the legal part because that's probably going to be in my CRM. So I don't want the unsubscribe from listings to leads. I want to use the unsubscribe from my CRM. For those of you that have a CRM, that will make sense. If you don't, that may not make sense. Yeah. So JC, I'm actually doing that with my wife as well, where she's got videos on YouTube. And it's great. Of course I want them on YouTube because people are going to see them there. But when I'm doing email marketing, I don't want them going to YouTube. So I'm going to lose them. They're going to see another video. They're going to play the other video, and I've lost them. I would rather get them to my Facebook business page, because then the more they click through that, the more other things they're going to see from me, the more ads, the more posts, the more, the more tied into me they're going to be. YouTube is phenomenal to host the video, but it's the Facebook page where I want them to view the video. This is good Facebook. Yeah. Yep. Exactly. Yep. Awesome. All right, everybody, listen. I want to go check out the rain. Oh my gosh, I can't believe we're having such a big storm. I can hear, I don't think you can hear, but I can hear the thunder behind me. So I'm going to go check that out real quick. This, like I'm telling you, I don't know when the last time it rained in August in the Sacramento area, but it's been a long time. So crazy weather we're having. All right. So get to the mastermind group. Let me know if you have any questions. I'll be there to help you all out. Get with our support team if you need something specific addressed. They'll make sure to help you out. And Linda, thank you so much. And JC, thank you for hanging out as well. Don't forget your affiliate links. They pay. There's nothing worse than, there's a lot worse, of course, but I hate it when somebody signs up and they'll say, because we ask, how did you hear about us? And they'll say, no, we heard about you from JC or from Linda, but they don't use the affiliate link. It just drives me nuts. So you've got an affiliate link. It pays 15% recurring, no cap, no limit. We've had people making 4 figures a month sharing their affiliate link. Absolutely nuts. So make sure you're using that affiliate link. I want you to get the credit monetarily, as well as just the thanks that people sometimes will give out. So yeah, get that affiliate link, start sharing it. And again, get to the mastermind group, get to our support. We'll talk to you soon.